Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today for Centerpiece Sunday we are doing some winter centerpieces. First I'm going to do this really easy and simple one, and everything is from the Dollar Tree except for the lights and the ribbon here. This project right here, everything is from the Dollar Tree. And I think it turned out so beautiful, and it's something that can sit on my coffee table the whole winter through. And this is just so pretty, and it does have the little design on both sides. So as I said, you can put this anywhere, on your kitchen table, on your little counter, anywhere you want. I think it turned out so absolutely adorable and pretty. Now let's get started. For this project, I'm starting with this hurricane vase from the Dollar Tree. Then some LED lights. These are 50 inches long and they're not from the Dollar Tree. And then I had this beautiful ribbon on hand. It has little snowflakes and it's so beautiful. If your ribbon is sheer or see-through like this one is, you're going to need something to put underneath it. So whether it's some white fabric or I'm using felt in this case, we are going to hide the actual battery pack inside. Before I decided on the ribbon, all I did was put the battery pack in my vase, laid it down just to see how far it goes. And then on the side, you'll see how high you need to go in order to cover the battery pack. And I would even go a little further. The reason I did this is I don't want this wire to show up or stick up in my vase. Now I'm simply hot gluing the felt to my vase here. For the last step of the project, I got one of these candle holders from the Dollar Tree. You guys have seen these before. And I'm just going to put some glue right on top. And then I'm going to turn my vase over and hot glue it right on top. If you still feel like it needs a little bit more security, just go with your hot glue right on that edge right there and give it an extra layer. Now I'm going to put my little battery pack in there. And there you go, quick and easy little project here. I'm going to grab this tray that I got at the Dollar Tree. It's 6.5 by 14.5. And then the next thing you're going to need are 2 of these foam blocks. And these are basically 3 by 4 by 4. So what I'm going to do for this project is I'm going to keep one of the blocks as it is. The other one I'm going to cut in half. Now you don't have to cut it in half. You can make it a little lower, a little higher, because when we put the Christmas trees on there, it could be a different height. So that's okay. As long as your middle one is higher than the 2 side ones. To cut the foam, I'm actually using a letter opener. I've been using this for a while. It's not that sharp on your hands. It's not that dangerous, and it's just, I have it with my pens. Now that I have these on the tray, I just feel like this is too much of a gap for the tree, so I'm going to shave this down about 1/2 inch. I think that's much better for the height there. Now I'm just hot gluing it to the tray, and I'm using Gorilla glue sticks. With these, you don't even need to hot glue that much. It will stick really well. Now that it's all set, I'm going to shave off the ends a little bit and these sharp corners. Next, we're going to grab this faux fur right here. Next, you're going to have to find where the scarf connects and just kind of pull it over your finger to expose the stitching. A stitch removal tool here. The reason I have 2 scarves here is because you might need a little bit more than one of these scarves, because you do want to cover all the sides going underneath. So what I'm going to start doing is, first I'm going to start hot gluing to the back right here. And make sure to leave about an inch on the side of your tray. And then just cut it with an inch to spare. Now let's do the second half. The one thing that's going to make this line right here disappear is just making sure that both sides, that the grain is going the same way. That way it's just going to look natural. You could cover the sides here, but I just feel like I don't have enough. So I'm grabbing another one of these that I have from previous project. And just like the grain is going, I'm going to cut off a piece. Now I'm just going to hot glue it on the end here and cover with these pieces, hot glue them right on top. At the end, all our edges are covered. This is not even over here, but that's all right. I didn't mean for it to be even and exact. This is just giving our little mountain some 3D effect. That's all right. Next, we're going to decorate both sides of our centerpiece. I'm going to be using this Willow little branch, and look how beautiful it is. And yes, it's from the Dollar Tree. It's brown and it has these little things to kind of to look like ice here. And it does have iridescence to it a little bit. And then I'm bringing in some of these glam silver branches. And we're going to need 4 of these, and since there's only 3, what I'm going to do here is the tallest one, which is this one. I'm going to divide it in half. I'm going to cut it about right there. Now I'm just going to lay them out and try to figure out how we want to have these. And then the same thing with the silver ones. Okay, I have my willow branches all set, and now I'm bringing in my glam ones here. Now I'm grabbing some floral wire, finding the center, I'm twisting it, and as you can see, not all the branches went in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start hot gluing this. My surface is actually a silicone mat, so I'm not worried about where it kind of spills out, but that's how I'm going to bring my branches together. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, and we'll be right back. After the glue dried, I just took the remainder of the wire and wrapped it around the center. Now I'm going to grab one of these boas, and now these you can find in the costume section of Dollar Tree by where the kids stuff is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a few of these feathers, and I'm going to start hot gluing them and wrapping them around the center. Make sure to use some finger coverage so you don't burn yourself. Then grabbing more hot glue, I'm just going to attach it to each one of the sides. To finish off, I'm going to grab one of these snowflakes, and these are the vase fillers, and just see which one you like. I feel like there's a lot of silver right here, so I'm going to go with the white one. And now our centerpiece is done on both sides. We're going to start working on the trees. I got 3 of these from the Dollar Tree. The game plan for these trees is I'm going to grab some felt and I'm going to cut strips. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be, you know, anything special. 1 to 2 inches, maybe 3 even inches. And I'm just going to make strips and hot glue them right against this tree. Towards the top here, I fold it like a triangle, so we have a nice point right there. And so yes, this is not perfect, nor is it supposed to be. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this boa and start plucking these little feathers right off of it. Once you got your feathers, start hot gluing them. Now this is the more tedious part of this, but you know what? That's okay. Just sit down, relax, grab some of these feathers and start hot gluing, especially go over the places where you see those lines. Just make sure that there's feathers right there and then fill in between. So filling this in is not as tedious as I thought it was going to be. You just kind of continue going on and just, it's kind of fun almost. I'm just filling it in here and there and just hot gluing the little feathers in place. Our trees are all done, but I just feel like they're a little too plain. So I got these vase fillers. These are silver, and I'm going to try to pick the smaller ones, and I'm just going to cut them in half. All right, and I'm going to start with the bigger ones, and I'm really just trying to put a few, not many. Just a few here, a few there, not too much. And now I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other little trees. To complete our little tray, I'm going to figure out which one of these is the tallest. And it seems like this one has the tallest feathers on top. And I'm just going to see where I want it to stand. And then I'm just going to hot glue these babies in place. I hope you enjoyed these beautiful centerpieces. Don't forget to give me thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell so you know when videos are coming out. I would also love for you to join me on my other social media platforms. I could be found on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest, and also on my website, DIYwithNadia.com. I will have all those links in the description box below. Trying to start a video over here. Look at this. He is making himself comfortable. Leo, I don't know what to tell you, but I kind of need this for the project. So, yeah. Well, I'm not going to take this away from him. I'm just going to move him to the side. I have another one, so he can have that one. Yeah, Leo, you can have it.